Alright, let's walk by the vinyl and get to the prize. There it is. Boom. That's what we're talking about today, cassette tapes. I was kind of inspired by J-Zone's video where he was breaking down his tapes and showing people what he had. So I kind of decided I would go ahead and do the same thing, show people what was going on with my collection. As you look at it, you probably start noticing, you know, I'm a 90s man, you know, and that's just that. I mean, that's when the mid and late 90s was when I did the majority of my buying, but I bought a lot in the early 2K too, in the mid 2Ks. You know, tapes were coming out all the way up until like 2003, I think. So yeah, got a whole bunch of them, you know. I actually have some more over here too in this box, you know. That's like the R&B collection. Got a pretty big R&B collection, but that's for another video. I'll do that later. Just getting into everything over here, you know. You can see, you probably recognize a few things, maybe not. This is a pretty special rack right here. This is I call it the old school rack, the golden age racks. We got Eric B and Rakim, Paid in Full, Planet Rock, the album Africa Bambaataa and Soul Sonic Force, Biz Marquee, The Biz Never Sleeps, Chill Rob G, Ride the Rhythm, Steady B, Granddaddy IU, King's Son, Public Enemy. This is a pretty important record right here. This Mellow Man Ace, you know what I mean? Escape from Havana. Mellow Man Ace was one of the first like really important Latino hip hop acts, and he had some pretty good success with this album right here. If you don't know who Mellow Man Ace was, he was a part of Cypress Hill back when they were DVX, and he used to be in the group, but he left the group. He's Sen Dog's brother. But yeah, that's an important record to me. Slick Rick, The Ruler's Back is down there. Chubb Rock and The Winner Is. Kool Moe Dee's Greatest Hits. Here's another one of my favorite tapes, and I know people might think it's corny, but it is the Third Base Cactus cassette, Cactus album. You know, Third Base, Pete Nice, Search, and DJ Richie Rich. Yeah, I definitely like this a lot because I remember back in the day, depending on the medium you bought, that's what would be labeled on the front of the album cover. So if you got like the LP, it would be like the Cactus album. If you got the CD, it would be the Cactus CD. And you know, I got the cassette, so it's the Cactus cassette. You know what I mean? So that was cool. What else do we got? Biz Marquee, another Biz Marquee tape. You know what I mean? Going off. Not really rare, but you know, something you should have, you know, in my opinion. You know, Kane. Got the classic cover. He made a lot of noise with that cover. Long live the Kane. You know, Cold Chillin' was, you know, a great label back in the day. Everybody loved them. What else? We got Arabian Prince, Brother Arab, Ice-T's, Rhyme Pays. I know that's a classic cover too. You know, him and his first girl, you know, the Palm Trees, LA, things like that. So that's what people look at when they see, you know, that rack. Coming over here with the more modern stuff, you know, I would say that this is an important tape to me right here. People gonna recognize this, you know. Illmatic, arguably the greatest hip hop record of all time. That's debatable though. So another one right here, Reasonable Doubt, Jigga Man. His finest record in my opinion. What else do we got? This is pretty hard to find. You don't just bump into this anymore. You know what I mean? Ready to Die, one of my favorite albums. Really put Biggie out there. I got Big L's debut, Lifestyles of the Poor and Dangerous. Really dope record. R.I.P. to this man. Hands down one of the best to ever do it. This Redman tape is pretty cool. There's a dark side. I was just talking about this the other day with somebody. I was asking about whether they had the red version. You know what I mean? The tape is red. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's important to me. I'm a big time Beatnuts fan. So you know I got Stone Crazy. You know what I mean? What else do we got? Cool G Rap, 456. Dilated People's a platform. This is something, sometimes people ask me about this. Jamal, Last Chance, No Breaks. You know what I mean? A little bit harder to find. Don't always see it. You know what I mean? My favorite artwork for an album cover. Here's one of them. ATLiens, Outkast. Just like comic bookish, you know what I mean? I'm a big time Terror Squad fan, the real Terror Squad. And the one album that they put out, to me it's always going to be classic. So, you know, people ask about this sometimes too. I gotta pick this up and show it to people. Kool Keith, you know, heads known as a guy that was a part of Ultramagnetic MCs. He also was he had a solo career. You know, this is his third album, I think, the Dr. Doom joint. And he kind of parodied at the time those old corny No Limit covers. It's a pretty good album, kind of violent, kind of out there, but yeah, Keith is cool. Keith is the man. What else do we got? His dad Dillinger is near and dear to my heart. Retaliation, Revenge, and Get Back. Arguably Dad's best work, both as a producer and as an MC. The cover was a reworking of a really, I forget which one, but a Marvin Gaye album. I forget which Marvin Gaye album though, but it's not really on my mind right now. J. Rue the Damager, Wrath of the Math. Production on this is crazy. Primo laced him. What else do we got? We got a bunch of stuff, really. The Firm, you know, Intoxicated Demons EP, KRS-One, Return of the Boom Bap, really important album, one of my favorites. Also some good Primo production on there. What else? I don't really get questions about a whole lot. Scarface, my homies. It was a double cassette. You know what I mean? That's important to me. Just Ice, Gun Talk. You know, a little bit harder to find. Here we got Young Lord. You know what I mean? A lot of people might not recognize the name. He was a producer from New York, really talented. Did some dope work on Pun's debut, Capital Punishment. Really dope producer. Main one, Birth of a Ghetto Child. You don't see this a whole lot on CD or cassette, you know. I don't really think it's that rare, but you know, people ask about it like, who's this? Pretty dope album. Some good production on there. Muggs, DJ Muggs. First Soul Assassins. This is just hands down one of my most favorite. I'm a big time Soul Assassins fan. The first one, the cover, the music, everything was just really dope. You know what I mean? We got the Guru's Jazzmatazz, first two Jazzmatazz records. You know what I mean? What else? We got a bunch of stuff, really. I don't get a whole lot of questions about too many of the. I mean, a lot of these are really like, you know, here's something funny. It's the Can't Blow Up Channel Saturday night, but I had to bootleg the J card. You know what I mean? I got the real tape, but I had to bootleg the pull-out artwork, so yeah, that's that. You know what I mean? And so yeah, you basically see most of it right there. You know what I mean? That's what it is. Peace.